Evening campers. After 4 months of being on YouTube reviewing books, somehow I have managed to surpass 1,000 subscribers. How this has happened, I'm not entirely sure, but I am utterly, a little bit lost for words. Now, I asked on my Instagram, hey, you know on my Instagram, KD Books, check it out. We have chats, we have giggles, we have laughs, but most importantly, we have polls. And the majority of people wanted a Q&A to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, which I am more than welcome to do, because that just sounds like a really fun idea. So this video is where I'm going to be fielding all of the questions. So don't put them anywhere else. Don't message me on Instagram. I just want everything to be here because it'll be easier. Because it'll just be easier for me. It's just easier. I would probably say next week is when I'll do the Q&A video, just because naturally comments will start to die off by nearing the end of next week. So we have that in the pipeline. I'm not sure, just kind of backtracking a little bit, how I have got to 1,000 subscribers. I've learned a lot in 4 months. But for people who have recently started, or people who are thinking of starting book reviews, I just kind of want to give my very short time, just not tips and tricks, more just what I would advise someone if we were sat at a coffee shop. Oh, that sounds very 2019, because you can't do it in 2020. Firstly, I know what it's like to talk to a void and have nothing coming back. I started this channel known as World Take Your Place when I was 16, and I was doing little comedy sketches, and it was mostly for school friends. And stopped, and then I went on to doing daily vlogs, which I did for 3 months, and the amount of audience I had, I would probably say was less than 5 of people who would actively engage. And due to a change of job, I kind of had to stop the vlogs there and then. But I more so enjoyed the process of making than the process of gaining interaction. But nevertheless, I was always I was staying up to 2 a.m. editing my vlogs, and I'd always be why am I doing this? I'm who am I doing it for? If you want to talk about one particular thing and you're oh, I don't know if people want to watch that, I think you're doing it wrong. I think you really just gotta do what you do what you love, because people can see it in videos. And I've definitely seen it more in regards to the comments that I get, that when I'm talking about something that I'm absolutely passionate on, people can see that straight away from reviewing a book that I've not particularly enjoyed in any way, shape or form. What was the point of this one? Yes, I think the main point that I'm trying to get at is it's understandable that you will be talking to a void for some time. I spoke to a void for over 9 years until this has happened. It's fine, it's normal, but people are more likely to interact with you if you're passionate about what you do, which was the initial reason why I started reviewing books. Another thing that I encountered, which at the beginning became extremely disheartening more so, was the original people that I interacted with, and we had chats on YouTube, moving on to chats in general, so through Instagram, and I still speak to these people on Instagram. Now, when you start a Booktube channel, the first video, or probably one of the earliest that you will do, is the Booktube Newbie tag. And what you'll find is tag videos are very easy to do. The work's kind of already been done in regards to the questions. You just have to like answer them and fill in the gaps. But once a few of those come, I think people kind of like don't know what to do creative wise. And many channels that I absolutely like, I wish they were still going today, and I still message them and saying like, are you coming back at all? That they just stop, like really suddenly, they just stop making. And it's a thing of like, well, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say. And this kind of goes back to like the selfish point. Like, if you want to talk about a very specific thing, just talk about it. And it doesn't matter like what. I think people second guess what their audience wants. And I think what an audience wants is to see passion, enthusiasm, like just like energy from someone. And that might be someone who gesticulates a lot. That might be someone just who is able to articulate their points eloquently. Like, it doesn't have to be like high energy all the time. I struggle doing toned down, and I've tried to do toned down. I don't enjoy toned down Kieran as much as I do normal Kieran, who is like this. I think stemming from that is kind of not to fall down the pitfall of doing what everyone else is doing. Which is, okay, if you go onto Booktube, and this isn't a criticism, this is an observation. There's a lot of YA contemporary, there's a lot of fantasy out there. There's loads of, like, if you type in Booktube in the search bar, like, the world's your oyster. You can see everyone speaking about it. But what I tend to find, and this is where I get like quite picky with the people that I engage with, is that people say the same thing like over and over and over again. It's exceptionally easy to be swayed by a large group of people who have wonderful things to say about a book, for you to put your own stamp on that. Now, my next review is going to be How Much of These Hills is Golden, and I'm currently dealing with this issue of these swathes of people who absolutely love this. It's not working for me. You'll see in my next video, in my next review, which will be soon. You'll see where I'm going. I feel as though some channels kind of start regurgitating the same thoughts as others, because finding your own voice and how you articulate what you enjoy, or articulating what you like and what you don't like, is very difficult. And I remember like my first like negative review, it's not good. It's not good at all. But I kind of like needed to kind of get it out of my system, because like I myself have definitely like watched other reviews on books like back like when I started, and gone, oh, maybe I should say that, or like, that's a really good point, but I'll mention it in mine. And a few of my like earlier reviews I don't enjoy, because I feel as though I'm just paraphrasing what someone else who's like a bigger channel than me, or someone who's more respected, or someone who's like got their original thoughts, and I'm just going, I'll take that, please, mister, and I'll spurted out. And it's trying to find that original voice, and you can only find your original voice through experimenting, through not trying to second guess what the person watching your content will think. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm finding like a big group of people who do this. But I'm gonna say it. Stop moaning that you don't have the right background and you don't have the right lighting. Have you seen my videos? Like, I just use my phone, which is an iPhone, and I edit on iMovie on my phone. And if I can be bothered, or if I feel as though I filmed over 15 minutes, only then do I jump on the Mac. Now, the majority of my videos, like this one here, is just done on the iMovie app on my phone. If you're like me, and you could only film at like 12 o'clock midnight, because everyone's in bed, I have to deal with this. And not once have I ever had someone gone, your lighting's awful, your sound's awful, your video's awful. Like, no, I've not had a singular comment on that. Most people are interested in what you say and like what you're talking about and your enthusiasm or your like dismay towards something. People are watching for that more so than what's in the background. I wasn't aware of this until I started making videos for YouTube. There's this, I don't know where it comes from. I really don't know where it comes from, because most people I speak to aren't this, but there's this whole like fed stereotype that people who read are naturally like all introverted, all awkward. But mostly, and this is the one thing that like grates me, and this kills videos in my eyes, is this whole notion of constant like self-deprecation. I don't particularly understand it. I have seen videos of people who I like really admire, who are like, they just started, like they've just got their feet, but will instantly start the video or halfway through or like at the end, just say that one, they're not good, two, you probably shouldn't watch. And that to me does two things. One, as soon as people say that naturally, because I do, I turn off the video. As soon as there's anything like I'm negative, like I just go, okay, I think that's me in life. And I think most people, like if you were like in work and someone started with, I'm just bad at this, you will just naturally look for the person who is good at X, Y, Z, or you just don't say it. That's really all I'm asking, because there's self-deprivation that can be used in like a comedy format, which is fine. And I think there's some people who have this tact and this way of weaving it into their content, which at times is whimsical, at times is like, it's very self-aware. It's very, they're self-aware that they like they're actively mocking themselves. And I think people can get away with that, but like I swear down, if you just don't add those bits into your video or edit them out, no one's gonna tell you in the comments that your video's crap, because I've done some crap videos and people haven't told me I'm crap. I've done some really good videos and people have told me I'm crap. Can someone explain where this stereotype comes from? Because I really don't. I've never encountered it. I've never encountered like the people who want to just like explain it to me. I've never come across it, but it just seems to be this thing that like everyone's like introverted. I can't speak to. I don't understand it. Don't discredit yourself via your own words. Has this been useful to anyone? I don't really know.